Morning. Hi, everybody. Happy 14th of February, Valentine's Day. So just a total disclaimer. I don't think I've properly celebrated Valentine's Day in at least 20 years. But I think that this year I'm going to try it a little bit. That's why I bought my husband a chocolate heart. And I wrote him a poem. It's a rarity. And why? So why now? Why now, Chaya? So my answer is really in the form of this pep talk to me and to all of us, which is, okay, as a couples counselor, every day I see the ravages of people not tending to their relationships, to their marriages, to their relationships. It's just like another thing on the to-do list that never gets done sometimes. And then I see the healing balm of when we actually bring attention and take into hand our relationship and invest in it and do things to make it shiny. So that's why this year I'm going to make the most of, okay, give me some Valentine's Day, whatever it takes to improve my relationship a little bit more, a little bit of pep talk for myself and for all of us. Wow, why not? It's so worth the investment in making improvements in our relationship. So of course for me, I'm this meaning junkie. I'm like a ritual addict in a way. I'm always trying to make meaning of what's happening and use that, harness it. So here's my offering to you in terms of what is this day? I don't know. Maybe you are celebrating Valentine's. Maybe you think I'm crazy for even talking about it. I don't know. But this is how I'm using it. So I love it that Valentine's is the 14th of February. And what's up with that? It's some random date. But beautifully, 14, of course, in the Hebrew system, if we gematrias are us, if we look at the mystical meaning of 14, it's really juicy and really helpful and a really wonderful frame for how to work with our relationships. Because 14, of course, is Yud Daled, which in Hebrew, 14 actually is the word Yad, hand. Okay, hand, which is really cool because anybody who knows Hebrew knows that the word for intimacy, the Hebrew biblical word for intimacy, for sexuality, for sexual intimacy and emotional intimacy is called yada. Yada. And that is based on that root of Yud Daled, which is hand. Because knowledge, the word actually means knowledge in Hebrew. Knowledge is really based on this idea of yad. It's when I grasp something and I know it and I take hold of it and I handle it and I'm able to work with it and control it. I have it in hand. So it's this beautiful place where the Hebrew of knowing another person, it says right there at the beginning of Genesis, and Adam knew his wife and they had a child, Cain, and Cain knew his wife, and the word that's used is yada. And of course the backdrop of that for so many of us, Americans is Seinfeld, right? We all know the yada, yada, yada of the Seinfeld fame, which is George comes in and he says, my girlfriend, Marcy, she was talking about how her ex-boyfriend came over last night and yada, 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 and she woke up so tired today. So this beautiful term, yada, 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 kind of took hold in modern culture to mean, well, it has sexual innuendo, but it also just means information, yada, yada, yada. It's kind of skipping through information, knowledge. So we have this wonderful term of yada and hand. And also in English, when you ask someone to marry you, you say, can I have your hand in marriage? Okay. The word handsome, meaning from, Old English, handsome meant beautiful. Something about the handiness. It's something graspable and something that you can work with. Of course, when you have the word handsy, with somebody gets a little too handsy and inappropriate with their hands, right? So this word hand has all these amazing connotations across the board, from the Hebrew to the Old English to the modern cultural references. And I just want to invite us to use that to be an opening. Just make the most of today. I mean, make the most of every day, but make the most of today to take into hand your relationship a little bit more. What can you do? What can you invest in just today? Can you get the stupid meaning latent, chocolate heart? Can you write the poem? Can you just take that extra step to get your hands on and handle and invest in your relationship? Because at the end of the day, that idea of yad is knowing. The goal is to know our partners, is to get to know them. Just take out time today to say, tell me about who you are a little bit. I want to know you better. I want to know you better. I want to feel intimacy with you, and use this as an opportunity to take it the next step and to invest in your relationship. That's what I'm going to do. I bless us in it. I know what happens, the beautiful things that happen when we take our relationships in hands, our families start to flourish, and our communities. It all starts there with the core loving relationships of our life. So let's take any opportunity we can to bring it to the next level. Good luck, y'all.